Hello everybody, we are back, and again we're talking about the Ottawa Senators for our season previews and whether or not the rebuild is really over. Before we start, please make sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel. Now let's get to it. So, the past 4 years for the Senators have not been easy because they've either finished last or second to last in their division. But things might be a little better going forward, highlighted by Sens GM Pierre Dorian saying, quote, "The rebuild is done. Now we're stepping into another zone," end quote. Maybe he's on to something too, as the Senators went 14-3-4 during their final 21 games, and their best hockey was saved for the end, where they went 10-3-1 during their final 14 and had 2 3-game win streaks in that stretch. They were also on pace for 75 points last year, which would have been their highest points total since their infamous 2016-17 season. Now, hot streaks for young teams lower in the standings don't exactly make it easy to preview this reality going forward, but the Senators will be able to be higher in the standings if they can catch fire like last season towards the back stretch. They'll be in great shape coming into the campaign if they can do so. It won't be easy, though, as they move back to the Atlantic. And just like we said in other videos, there are teams to worry about because the Atlantic is really top-heavy. You have the teams like the Bruins, the Lightning, the Maple Leafs, and the Panthers all looking like favorites to fight for a playoff spot. And if the rebuild is really over, for me, I need to see that Ottawa can hang tough and they can hang with these bigger clubs. Not bigger, but these better-suited clubs for the moment. And I'm not saying they have to go undefeated or anything like that against these type of teams, but playing close games and winning their fair amount of them would really show that the franchise is headed into the right direction. Of course, there'll be other opportunities for Ottawa to play quality teams as we go back to normalcy, and you're not only playing in your division due to the COVID situation from last year, but we also get to look at some new kids this year, or guys that might not have played a bunch of games last season, as the league's second youngest roster has plenty of inexperienced players, also talented players ready to make their mark on the league. Now, guys like first-round pick Logan Brown, second-round picks Shane Pinto, Alex Formanton, and even Artem Zub, who is probably one of my favorite players to say in the league. He is 25, came over from the KHL, and they've got some guys that are pretty interesting to look forward to. There's plenty of other names to talk about, but we can't say who's going to play for them this year. But these guys are listed on their roster currently and are projected to be in the lineup. So, some of these players will be expected to take on a big role, a top 6 role even, maybe even a first-line role, or a top 4 pairing in Zub circumstance. How these guys will play will certainly either help the team or hurt the team, and since a lot of their rookies are going to be, expected to make an impact right away, we're going to have to see whether or not there's going to be some bumps in the road because they don't have the NHL experience, which, of course, every rookie's not going to have NHL experience. It's just what it is. So I do think the Senators rebuild will be done, maybe, probably not. And here's why. Because realistically, they're going to have to finish 6th or 7th in the division. And for me, I think that the rebuild is not over if you're finishing 6th or 7th in your division. Now, if they do have a good season in terms of points, then we will have to see. And of course, you have to wonder, is Matt Murray going to be the guy? Or are they going to be expecting him to do well? We'll have to see there. Obviously, they finished 4th highest for goals against per 60 in the league. And even though their situation in net could improve if Murray improves or they get another goalie in there, I don't think that it's going to fix all the problems right away, as they still have a lot of defensive issues. And I expect them to continue to have that, especially with the rookies, where you focus more on their offensive game, get that developed, figure out the defensive stuff, try to teach it to them. They'll figure it out as they go along, hopefully. But no, I don't see them being able to say the rebuild is over just yet. A good measuring stick for me would be able to say, hey, they finish 5th in the division. If they finish 5th, then I'll say maybe the rebuild's done and they're showing some signs of life as they try to move up back into the standings. Because don't forget, you had the Senators in the Eastern Conference Finals, Game 7 overtime in the 2017 Stanley Cup Finals. They were 1 goal away from playing, who was it, Nashville, and maybe they would have had a chance. Who knows? Maybe Carlson would still be on the team, maybe Stone. We don't know. But we will have to see. Then, of course, you have the Brady Tkachuk drama, and we won't even get started on that. Basically, give him a long-term deal, make it a fair amount of money because he's one of your best offensive players right now, and fans seem to like him. It's as simple as that. Do you think the Senators' rebuild is over? Please let me know down below. Please make sure to like and subscribe. Everybody stay safe. Hey, have a great night. You go love hockey, alright? Goodbye, Brigadiers and Brigadettes. This is your captain signing off. Have a great night.